Hello, everybody. Sorry for the. I came on a little earlier than I expected. Didn't realize that I was streaming. I was watching a Chinese not reusable, but space. Pardon me. I was watching a rocket launch of the Chinese Space Authority, whatever they call them, that's launching up to the Chinese space station. Caught my eye right when I was hitting my live stream, so I apologize if you didn't have any audio there. Anyways, let's get to some ham radio and see who's out there right now. This is Greg, K6EGG. So you guys are noticing that I'm not able to talk on the, you're going to see my display change. I got some problems here. 1 2 1 2. So I cannot control my radio at this point, or I can't talk on my radio at this point because I have it set for LAN, so I have to go in and change that. I'll be right back. K6EGG. One, two. Now I'm back in business here. I'll do one more quick thing here. I'll be right with you guys.
November 6, Kilowatt X-ray, Rob in Riverside.
Oh my gosh, that's Rob out in Riverside. WA6QXA, Keith's calling you.
Who? AJ6BE. Well, quite the welcome. It is all quiet out here. I'm listening to nothing but static. I pipe up and I get a nice response. How are you guys doing?
Go ahead, Andy.
Good afternoon to both of you guys. Doing well, man. Doing well. Just turned the radio on for the day, and good to hear you, man. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well, and the family and all is doing well. Maybe you even put a bigger antenna up, got an amplifier, bought some new radios, got a new Jeep. I don't know. Heck, it's been forever. And hey, Keith, good afternoon. AJ6BE Norco.
Well, I'll tell you what, none of that stuff has happened, but I really, really like the way you think.
Go ahead, Keith.
Okay. Yeah, well, I bought something.
Oh, yeah? What did you buy?
Same thing you're talking on, probably.
What? You got a 9700?
Roger that.
You're kidding me. I didn't even know that was on your radar.
The peer pressure was just too intense. I couldn't stand it anymore.
Everybody wants to be in Club 9700.
Was Fred threatening to kick you out of the group?
Actually, Fred wasn't so much the pressure, but just a lot. You know this new software that's out that's you can run on your radio remotely and all that stuff. It works really fluently with the 9700 and this, that, and the other. I just broke down. I bought it a week ago Saturday.
Well, congratulations. It's funny because listening to you, now that I'm paying more attention, so yeah, you're about an S9, and you just sound more effortless, more natural without using the amp.
Right. I'm not running any amplifier right now, but I'm running about 96%. So that's good to hear. Yeah, I've been able to hear the stream from Greg to hear my voice to see if it's sounding like I like it, and it's pretty close.
Well, you always sounded good anyway. You always sounded good on the 991 Alpha too, but yeah, you're just more natural on here. You can tell you don't have the amplifier like trying to drive it. It's just more of a natural sound.
Yeah. Anyway, it's great talking to you. Great hearing from your voice.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. It's kind of funny. Things just really have not gone the way I expected. With summer coming and it's staying light out a lot longer, it's just kind of weird. It's just, I don't know. It's like radio's less on my mind instead of more.
I think that's going on with a lot of people. Now things are opening up. We can do things outdoors. We can go to restaurants now, do things with your family, whatever. I think a lot of people are kind of on the same wavelength.
Yeah, I think that's part of it for sure. I do, and my daughter's out of school, out of college for now. Well, she's actually taken one more summer course, but we've been spending more time together and catching up on movies, watching movies together, that kind of stuff.
That's important. Hey, go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, my daughter just graduated from high school and had her back here for a little while, and now she's back in Texas getting ready to start college out there, so more time on my hands. So I took a little bit of a sabbatical there for a while where I wasn't on too much.
Oh, well, congratulations on the graduation. My youngest daughter, she graduated from high school last year, so yeah, she had the fun drive-through graduation, like going through a drive-through.
Yeah, they offered that this year to the Norco class, so I guess some people did the drive-through, but then they offered a in-person, and my daughter was a salutatorian or whatever they call it, where she has to talk in front of everybody. It was pretty cool.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely congratulations on that. She's in Texas, huh? You ever had any thoughts about moving there?
No, that's where my ex moved. All my exes live in Texas is suddenly a real thing. She broke up with her boyfriend here about, 4 months ago and bolted for Texas, took the kids with her. So kind of bummed about that part, but it is what it is. She was going there anyway for college, my daughter, so that kind of worked out. And my youngest son, 15, went with her as well, so that was a bit of a bummer. But I'm actually looking at Tennessee, so Nashville area. So that's probably within the next year happening now. I got nothing holding me here now.
It's funny. I know several people that are looking into moving to Tennessee. Tennessee's the hot spot right now for a lot of people moving out of California. So I wonder how long that'll last. 'Cause usually
anywhere outside of California is happening. We're losing people left and right, this state.
Yeah, they definitely are right now.
Yeah, for sure. The main reason is my wife's got her parents out there. They're not getting any younger, and they don't have a local support group. My parents are out here. They're not getting any younger either, but I've got 5 other siblings. So, 4 of them are here in state, so they've got some support. So that's the main reason.
Roger. Wow, 5 siblings, huh?
Yep, 4 older and 1 younger sister, all girls. I was the one. They kept trying until they had me, and then they had a mistake.
and what a mistake it was. My parents knew a couple when I was growing up. They had 3 girls, and they just wanted a boy so bad, but they didn't really want 4 kids, but they wanted a boy so bad they decided they'd go ahead, take a chance, and try for a boy. So they decided to have 1 more kid. So she got pregnant. Well, she had triplets, and they were all girls.
Oh, my.
It didn't work out quite the way they planned.
Anybody new to the stream, don't forget to subscribe. This is Greg, K6EGG from the beautiful city of Chino, California. Thank you for watching.
Told you about. Actually, we were planning on going this weekend, actually on Father's Day, but I'm going to put the kibosh on that because the plan was for my girls to go with me since they're out of school. But with this heat, and they already hate going jeeping with me when they've got to sit in the back seat because the air conditioner just does not work back there. So yeah, I'm going to cancel it because I'm not going to go without them on Father's Day.
Yeah, Dixie wants to go out. My wife wants to go out to, there's a ghost town at Eagle Mountain. Have you ever been out that way? I think it's...
Either way, I lost a subscriber. That's unfortunate.
No, I've never been out that far. I've been on, what's it called? Oh man, I can't think of the name of. There's another trail off, actually a couple of them off the 10 freeway towards Desert Center that are really nice trails.
Yeah, this is more of a going to visit a ghost town. I don't know if we're going to find a trail or not, but we're taking the Jeep.
Yeah, very cool. Well, man, I still can't get over the fact Keith got a 9700. Oh man, that came out of the blue, Keith.
I think I'm hearing crickets.
Yeah, you are. Creak, 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 creak.
Yeah, is that Greg?
It is. I'm sandbagging. K6EGG. Hello, Andy. Rob, welcome back. And Keith, if you're still out there.
Yeah, good to hear you, Greg. I don't remember. Did you have your surgery yet?
Monday. Monday's the day. So I'll probably be taking a little break from the radio for a little bit because I don't think I'll be able to sit in the seat.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I don't think you're going to be doing a lot of sitting in that type of chair for a while.
Plus, I'll be high on painkillers. I definitely won't be talking or streaming, that's for sure, unless I'm not on them.
Actually, that could be quite entertaining.
Could be. Maybe for you guys.
Well, yeah, we're all that counts. You're here for our entertainment.
You are helping me out with other people's entertainment right now. I'm streaming. We have a maximum of 2 people watching the stream right now.
Well, that's what happens when I get on the radio. You lose viewers.
Including, actually, now we're up to 4. We got one from the UK, it looks like, right now.
Yeah, I guess that's one way I can talk to the UK, since I can never make it on my HF rig.
I think you can make it on your D-Star.
You know, I haven't used D-Star one time on my radio. I take that back. Technically, I think I used D-Star when I first got the radio. I talked to Fred on it.
A bunch of us been messing with it. We jumped on a repeater on Keller Peak, and I believe one of the guys, Gabe, connected his little mini repeater to that same reflector that repeater's on, and we had a conversation on 2 different repeaters. So we've been kind of messing with it out here, believe it or not. So we were off sideband for a little bit.
Oh, that's interesting. I just pulled up your stream, and I see it says 9700 plus D-Star.
I might mess with that a little more when I'm not on sideband, so I figured I'd put that on.
So, Andy, have you been having fun with your 101?
Oh man, yeah, every chance I get. I think it's taken me away from sideband here a little bit, but yeah, the thing's awesome.
Well, I would certainly expect it to. How are the bands?
You know, they get pockets of occasional fun, but mostly dead.
Yeah, I do still check on the web to see what the solar flux index is, and it's still been pretty terrible in the 70s.
Yeah, it's not. It hasn't been good, but there's been some openings on 20, 6 and 10 have had flash fires every now and then. So there's been a little fun out there if you've been watching.
Yeah, I heard that 6 and 10 had a few openings now and again, but yeah, overall, just checking the ratings for the solar flux, man, I just don't see any improvement, and it's very disappointing. We keep being told things are going to get better, Well, I'm still waiting.
Yep, everyone keeps talking 2 or 3 years.
I can't wait that long. Jeez, 2 to 3 years, that's ridiculous. It's already been how long since the bands have sucked? Jeez, November 6th, kilowatt X-ray for ID.
Yeah, Rob, I kind of forget if you have an HF antenna.
Yeah, I do. It's a end-fed half-wave wire antenna. It's like 135 feet long.
Oh, wow. You must have some property that run it.
Yeah, we're on half an acre. I just string it across my casita across the house to the other end of the yard. It actually works out pretty good. It's not the most effective antenna, but it's okay for what it is.
Are you using some antenna tuner with it too?
No, that's the advantage to using that type of antenna. It's resonant, so no tuner required.
Oh, roger there.
But man, if you guys think I haven't been out here for a while, I haven't been on HF for a month.
By the way, Andy, what time is it over there in the UK? I'm guessing like almost 2 o'clock in the morning, or actually almost 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, wait. 2 o'clock in the morning.
Did I lose you, Greg, or did we key up together?
I was actually talking to the stream. I was wondering what time it was over in England.
Oh, gotcha. I was just asking how you're coming on your studies, or if you're still doing that to get your general.
Well, since the band isn't happening, maybe I don't need it right now. I definitely have not been messing with it too much. I've been kind of getting some stuff ready for some other stuff going on. I have personal stuff going on right now, but hopefully in the next month or so I'll get to it.
Procrastinator.
Yep. So AJ6 Andy that's watching from the UK has D-Star. I wonder if there's some way we can hook up with him on a reflector. That would be great and get on the stream that way.
Oh, I'm sure you can. That's what it's all about.
That'd be great to have him aboard.
That would be pretty cool.
Do a Zoom with them.
It'd be more funner through the radio, though.
No doubt.
I know I have the terminal mode set up. I just would need to go through his server to talk to it, I think. That was something we'd have to call on Gabe for that help with that sort of stuff.
I just remembered it's BozoNet tonight.
That's right, it's Wednesday.
I haven't checked in over there forever.
So you came back on a good night.
What's that?
So you came back on a good night, Bozo night.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's cool, I guess. Sometimes I don't really see the point. Sometimes I feel like the whole thing is just to get in, checked in as quickly as possible so I can switch frequencies.
That's exactly how I feel. And I love trying to be the first one called, too. That's like a competition of mine, especially on Sundays since Dave's so close to me.
Yeah, and I've got, I drew a blank on his name, the other guy that runs the net a lot of times right next to me, so I bleed over on him like crazy.
Yeah, Pat or Jim out that way, either one.
Yeah, it's Pat. Pat's the one, we bleed on each other big time.
Yeah, he's got a powerful station.
He's more powerful than me for sure.
Yeah, but well, besides him running whatever power he's running, he's got the big beams.
Exactly. So what else has been going on? Other guys been out here, Curtis and, oh boy, I'm going to leave somebody else out.
Fred?
Oh, that goes without saying. Nobody's forgetting Fred.
I heard Tony on 5.2 this morning when I was going into work down in Anaheim.
And how about Alex?
Alex has been out.
Someone mention my name?
There he is.
Yeah, what's the good word?
How you been, Alex?
Miserable? My time is not my time. It just never stops, over.
Roger that. Yeah, that's kind of deep.
Well, just too much to do for everybody else.
For those watching the stream, it's still going. I'm just going to leave it up. I got to go grab some more water. K6EGG.
Now our caregivers decided to quit, so I've been trying to find a new one, over.
Oh, that's no good. That doesn't sound fun at all. That raises the stress level and the blood pressure. Not good.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe I'll quit, but I don't know if to deal with it for long. Anyway, Ward out here at what do you say, WWB, N6JJI? I'll send him an email.
Man, I haven't talked to Ward for weeks.
Oh, well, we haven't talked to you for weeks. What have you been doing?
Just avoiding you guys.
Oh, I thought you might have been watching that new website I sent you.
Hey, you're supposed to keep that quiet. It was good hearing you out here, Alex. I'm probably going to go ahead and switch over and check into the Bozo net, and then I guess we meet on 270. November 6th, kilowatt X-ray.
KJ6B EQ, that's fine.
Where did everybody go? They must have went to the Bozo net. All right, I'm on the Bozo net now. Sorry, I had to get some more water here. Arrowhead spring water. Yeah, sometimes the Bozo net isn't too, what's the word I'm looking for? Exciting. It's hard the last couple times to check in.
Good evening and welcome to the Wednesday evening, BozoNet.
Yeah, he sounds bassy.
My name is Jim. I'll be your net controller tonight. My call sign is N6OVA, and I'm Bozo number 740. Do we have any emergency or priority traffic? Any emergency or priority traffic, come now. All right, nothing heard. Do we have any low power or mobile stations that would like to check in? Any mobile stations or low power stations that would like to check in at this time? Bozo number, please. All right, not hearing none, we'll get started with the net. This net meets every Wednesday and Sunday on 144.240, upper sideband 2 meters. We run between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. If you have a Bozo number, please have your Bozo number ready. If you don't, we'll be glad to give you one. Just come back with your call sign. We'll be starting, and we'll work our way around clockwise, starting down from me to Long Beach. If you're looking to point a beam in...
Why do we always start in Long Beach?
Delta Mike 14, Ida Bravo. Delta Mike 14, Ida Bravo, and that's Loma Linda. So we'll start with Orange County and Long Beach, in the Long Beach area. We have anyone like to check in? Bozo number, please. 845, good evening. How are you this evening?
I'm doing fine. All is well here in Long Beach, California. The name's Alex, Alpha Lima Echo X-Ray, N6JI. And I'm just checking into the net. Over.
Roger, roger. Good signal. We have you checked in. And you're able to cut through the smog to get out here. It's been a warm day, and been about 100.
I should get a camera pointed outside to show you how nasty it looks outside.
We didn't have this layer of fog. You can't even see the sky versus the sun. So, what's it like in Long Beach?
Oh, it's about 72 degrees. It's cooled down, so we're not doing bad. We've had a microclimate over here, so we don't get all the heat you guys do. Over.
Yeah, roger. Yeah, and it's been a tough one this week. I hope we get a break, and it's not too bad if you get a little bit of a break, but if it just keeps on going on and on, well, we'll see. All right, well, thank you for checking in. We have anybody else in Long Beach or Orange County who'd like to check in? Bozo number, please.
.463.
I got 5-3. Did I miss anything?
463.
463. I missed it all. 463. How are you this evening?
I'm good. I'm not in Long Beach, but I figured since nobody was going to check in, I would check in. I'm in the city of Chino. I'm Greg, K6EGG. I have no traffic for the net, other than the fact that a couple of us are going to go up to 144.270 to chat after. So have a good evening. Thanks for doing the net.
All right. Yeah, maybe I'll stop up and say hello. I've been meaning to. I get up there once in a while, and haven't been lucky enough to find anybody. So yeah, I'll stop up and see after the net if you guys are still around. Thank you for checking in. Got a good signal coming in from Chino. Everybody cutting through the fog tonight.
Anybody make it up here? This is Greg, K6EGG from the beautiful city of Chino. The heck happened to everybody? Did they go to D-Star? Anybody out there? Greg, K6EGG.
Hearing me, so.
Anybody end up on here? This is Greg, K6EGG. I heard an Echo Oscar something in Pasadena. Well, you're kind of in the mud here. Let me turn my preamp on. Try again. November 4, copy. How you doing tonight? Man, it's really hard to read you through the noise I got going on here. I had my preamp on. It's still kind of hard to pick you up. I think you asked for my call sign, K6EGG, Kilowatt 6 Echo Golf Golf. I'm in the city of Chino, 2 miles north of the Chino Airport. That I am, and you're on it right now. If you want to check it out, just go to my call letters on YouTube, and you should be able to find it fairly easy.
So I just messaged a couple guys. They ended up going to dinner. So maybe I'll go up. I just left this guy here. You go back there. I'm going to go up to 270, see if those guys will pop back, because that's where they normally are afterwards.
All right, if you can still hear me, I'm not hearing you at all, but have a good evening. This is Greg, K6EGG. I'm going to QSY to 144.270. See if anybody is out there as well. Copy that, November 4, Oscar Echo.
A lot of times on BozoNet nights, we are so close to some of the guys checking in on the BozoNet that's on 144.240, and we are normally on 144.250, and we bleed over.
K6EGG.
Man, I'm telling you, I don't know why I bother sometimes with that BozoNet, but it is what it is.
Did he get stuck in the queue?
Well, you know, I try to be polite, and so I just wait until he gets to the Inland Empire, and that's fine, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too negative.
No, sir, you're not. I feel the same way. I just jumped in and just gave out my number. I was like, screw it. One night I waited like 40 minutes, and I didn't really see the point in it. I kind of wasted 40 minutes, so I'm with you 100% there, bro.
No, that's good to know. I mean, once I finally checked in, you know, he was talking about the weather. He was talking about smog over there in Loma Linda. Well, I'm in Riverside, so, you know, I've got the same kind of smog stuff going on, so I kind of try to carry on just a mini conversation, but, you know, he just gave his 2 cents, and then he didn't even he didn't even come back to me. It's like, okay, anybody else want to check in?
It's all good, you know, just kind of the way it goes. I prefer anybody jump in and say your number, get in, get out of there. Maybe you can kind of, for those that are listening to the net, you can kind of hear how far people are away. So you don't have to sit there and wait 45 minutes to conversation, I guess. But I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you for the most part there.
Yeah, no, and I understand exactly what you're saying as well. But like I said, it was literally, I spoke for literally 6-7 seconds and then back to him, and that was it. So basically it consisted of me throwing out my number, then he'd come back with my number, I'd give him my call sign, tell him my name, and then I told him about the smog, and that was it. It goes back to him, and then he calls for the next station. So I don't know.
Just think your voice is riding the airways of smog right now from Riverside to Chino.
That must sound good.
I don't think I've seen this much smog in a couple of years. Since last year, there wasn't much traffic, so we didn't have although we had the fires, but it was a little different. You can kind of smell it out there differently, like kind of industrial smelling.
Well, this time of year, we normally have our June gloom, and you combine June gloom with this heat, and it's just bound to be downright nasty.
Yeah, it's disgusting out there. Speaking of which, did you drive to your work QTH today?
Not today. Normally I do go in on Wednesdays, but and I don't normally go in on Thursdays, but I have to go in the office tomorrow, so I didn't go today, so I kind of switched days. But I was in on Monday, and I'm telling you, traffic is getting noticeably worse.
That's exactly what I was going to mention. I took side streets in today, and I pretty much took side streets home. I got off on Lambert and cut through whatever that is, Carbon Canyon. And it took me all of more than an hour to go 26 miles.
Ay, caramba. Well, I hate to say it, but the truth is there were some good things that came out of the pandemic, and lighter traffic was one of them.
And I think traffic's going to be about 10 times worse now because everybody's all pent up and want to go places. So I figure the next week when stuff actually opens up, people going to baseball games and stuff and going out to dinner because we have more capacity and stuff like that. It's going to get crazy, which is good. People will be working. I'm glad about that, though. I'll suffer through some traffic for some people working.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that. I heard Disneyland opened up today completely. No social distancing, no masks.
Wow, that's surprising. I know Dodger opened up yesterday, the day before. They had 50,000, 52,000, something like that. It looked like a normal day.
It's like magic. It's like flipping the switch.
Yep, isn't that interesting?
Very.
All I'm going to say is, I broke it. Look at me, I fixed it.
Yep. Well, did anybody else make it up here? Keith, Andy, Alex?
I know Keith said he was having dinner right now.
When was the last time you talked to Ward?
Was it yesterday? I was on my... Yeah, no, it was 2 days ago. I was on where I remoted in through my that WView software, which actually was working pretty decent till last night. It crashed my... It didn't crash the program, it crashed my radio, so I had to restart my radio. I had to have my wife turn it on and off, but I talked to him for a few minutes. He's sounding good as always.
Very cool. Yeah, I just haven't talked to him for a while, so was kind of hoping he'd be out here tonight.
He jumps on and jumps off quite frequently, so maybe we might be graced with his presence tonight, which I hope. And the other night, Denny popped on. We found him on 5.2. He was in his airplane, aeronautical mobile on 2-meter call frequency there, 146.520. He was over the Queen Mary, and I was talking to him from my house.
Oh, that's pretty cool. He's got some decent elevation.
I think he said he was 2,500 or 3,000 feet up.
It's all about line of sight.
Anybody new watching tonight? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Remote software, where are you using it from?
You mean like where I was at?
Well, I mean, I assume you're using a computer, right?
Yeah, I was on my MacBook Pro, and I connected to work Wi-Fi.
Gotcha, that was what I was going to ask. So, yeah, so you just go through Wi-Fi. That makes sense.
And I wouldn't say my Wi-Fi is slow at work. The way that they have it routed, the ping time is slow. So I have a little bit of a delay, I noticed. Even more so than when I use it on LTE a couple times. So I might go to LTE because it seems to be a little faster.
Interesting. So, yeah, I'll have to check that out. I'd be interested in hearing what it sounds like.
The only difference, I think people mentioned that I sound like a little more air, like the room noise or whatever, because I'm using the computer microphone there. So you can kind of hear me wrestling around with stuff. But for the most part, people didn't really notice. I was on 5.2, just calling out blindly, and I told them I was on my computer. Actually, I talked to somebody that was in Anaheim. I think he was just north of Anaheim. And I said, yeah, my radio's in Chino, but I'm talking to you from Anaheim in my computer. And he was a little bit confused.
That's funny. So you were really, really close together, but not.
Yeah, I think I actually might bring my HT into work and see if I can hear it where I'm at. Like, I'll go in 5.2 or something like that and see if I can hear myself through the air where I'm talking.
That's a good idea. It kind of be like stereo, but yeah.
Delayed stereo.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't think about that.
Oh, and by the way, since we last talked, I put some chokes on my audio inputs here, and it seemed to clean up my audio just a tad. And I also figured out why when I hooked my mixer into my radio, I was buzzing. It was my clock that was causing buzz. It was getting some EFI or whatever next to it.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I think, isn't Fred always preaching the importance of chokes?
Oh, yeah. That made a difference in my audio, though, I must say. I'm going to order a few more probably next week or the week after and put them on and see how if they improve anymore. Because I don't think it's going to change much in my transmit, but I'm bleeding over all kinds of speakers and stuff in my office right now. It's picking up through the microphone when I'm not talking. I can hear like a little bit of warble.
Well, you certainly sound good tonight, as usual.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm surprised that people wouldn't notice a difference when you're on the computer versus using that high-quality mic, though.
Well, one of the times I was using a microphone at work, so it's very similar to this mic, and I think it was just the last 2 nights that I was using my computer audio.
That's cool. So you can use a nice mic even on the computer. You just plug that into the computer?
Yeah, through the USB port. You got to have like a Focusrite preamp / USB audio card.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, and I'm sure you know how to get that all situated so you sound primo.
That's what I'm working on next.
November 6 kilowatt X-ray for ID. I know we have like terrible habits out here for not IDing.
That's true. I try to do it every 15 minutes, whatever they say. So I got another 6 minutes, I think. But I'll do it anyways. Greg, K6EGG from the city of Chino. By the way, is anybody else on frequency?
I was just going to recommend that. Any, what do we call them? Carpetbaggers?
Any creepy listeners, N6AGI.
Sandbaggers.
Alex and Curtis are really good sandbaggers.
Don't tell anybody.
It doesn't make you bad people.
Well, I'm going to tell Alex because you told on me in those videos that I'm watching.
I watch them too.
Hey, I think I heard somebody else in there, I think. Or not, sorry. I'll take a standby.
Where'd Andy go?
I don't know. I got up and grabbed something to drink and everybody was gone.
I chased them all away.
So I had never really hung out in my office too much before talking on ham radio over the last 6 months, and that was in the winter. And now that it's the summer, I didn't realize how hot it gets in this office.
You're in a two-story house, and that's on the upper story, correct?
You're correct, and I'm on the south side, so shouldn't be that bad, but it is.
Yeah, when we were in our last house, it was two-story, and in Riverside, man, that upper floor could really get hot. Heat rises, right, Alex?
That's what they tell me.
I just needed confirmation from the professor.
Oh, well. Yeah, that's what they call thermal currents. That's how they fly the gliders.
I'm sorry, that's how they what?
Fly the gliders, thermal currents. Heat rises, over.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
All right, WA6QXA is back after checking in on the Bozo net.
They left you?
They were pointing eastbound, but I just went for it. So I just want to check in real quick. They were spending like all this time talking to this one dude just because he was like Lake Havasu.
Well, let me check in. I think that was the first one.
Yeah, I had to go to dinner. That's why I kind of left abruptly with you guys. But I came back. It was like probably like 20 after or something like that, and we were pointing eastbound.
You guys ever notice how much different signal quality is here on 270 versus being on 250?
I definitely noticed that it's worse here, I believe.
Oh, it's without question, it's worse. You're like an S8 here, whereas on 250, you're like 1 to 2 bars in the red.
Well, maybe if we're still hanging around at 8 o'clock, we jump back down there.
Yeah, I heard Pat was on tonight, so I definitely can't go back down there now. We would bleed all over each other.
Also, that guy Michael was helping out. I think he's in Mira Loma, if I'm not mistaken.
I can barely hear Fred on this frequency.
It's really strange because it's not that far from where we normally are.
Every frequency acts differently, though.
Or we should try 144-210 next time.
Yeah, no kidding. So Keith, you got the 9700 all figured out and know how to work everything and all the adjustments and features?
The only thing I think I really got down fairly well is the mic gain and all. You know, Greg worked with me and stuff, and I've been able to talk and listen to myself on the net, on the live stream, but got a lot to learn still. You know, I updated the firmware over the weekend, and just today the repeaters for D-Star were like missing, so I was able to load those up. I don't have anything programmed yet to do all the reflectors and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I got a lot to learn on it.
Well, you're already ahead of me because I haven't done anything with D-Star. Nothing.
Since I have a 7100, a lot of the features are somewhat similar to get around, you know what I mean? So it's a little more intuitive than the 991 Alpha.
Boy, I don't even know if I remembered that you had a 7100. Oh, yeah, I did.
I've been using that pretty much exclusively in my mobile now, and, you know, in here sometimes when I would want to do D-Star.
So how long have you had the 9700? You said last weekend?
I bought it a week ago last Saturday, so what is this, about 8th or 9th day?
Yeah, I gotcha. So it'd be 2 weeks this weekend. Yeah, so what are your impressions so far?
It's a really nice radio. I'm finding that the receive's better than my 991 Alpha, I believe.
Oh, that's interesting. A lot of people, and I don't know that this applies to 2 meters, but a lot of people think that the 991A has a better receiver, for example, than the Icom 7300.
Yeah, and I'm only speaking as for 2 meters, you know, it's maybe 440. So I don't know about HF.
Roger, gotcha. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're enjoying it, and welcome to the club. Like I said, that's a surprise. I didn't even know it was on your radar.
Yeah, well, like I told you before, like that, you know, the computer thing is really kind of enticing to me, and I can't do it on my 991 Alpha, so that's one big asset that kind of pushed me over the edge, I think.
And have you used that feature yet?
No, I haven't even loaded. I haven't even loaded the software on the computer yet. That's down the road. That's one of my goals this summer. Friday was my last day at work, so I'm on vacation now for the summer.
Oh, that's got to be an awesome feeling.
Yeah, it was a long year, so definitely.
My gosh, I can't even imagine being a teacher during the pandemic.
I mean, I can't complain. Everybody else had to go to work for the most part and stuff, but, you know, I'm just happy I got the time off, because last summer was not any situation where I really got to recharge the batteries.
Yeah, Roger, and that's very important. Very important. I'm looking forward to my vacation. Probably going the first week in August.
You going any place special?
We haven't decided for sure, but we're strongly leaning towards Lake Tahoe, that area.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's just one of those places we've never really. I mean, I've been there, but we've never done a family vacation there.
Now, is your daughter from Slow home, or is she still up there taking classes?
Nope, she just got home a few days ago.
Was she able to get that house rental situation?
She was. So she's all signed up, got the lease signed, and we've already made our first payment for the security deposit, I guess.
Oh, she must be on cloud 9. When's her lease begin?
Well, the actual lease begins July 1st. Gotta love how they do that to them, because she doesn't need it July 1st. But if you want the house, that's when the lease starts.
Yep. You're at their mercy.
Big time.
All right, I've been hogging. I'm going to pass it on. Go ahead, somebody else.
Keith, did you ever order that adapter for your radio to maybe put in a different microphone?
No, I was just thinking about that today, but I didn't get it done. I want to check with HRO to see if they have it in stock. If not, I'll order it online where I can just have it shipped to me. I was just there Saturday. I kind of wish I would have thought about it where I could have picked it up then. I've been there the last, 3 Saturdays.
Depending how I feel a week from Saturday, not this Saturday, but a week from Saturday, like the 26th, I think that's field day. I might go out there. Usually they do they have like a demo or something. Some guy, I think 5 years ago when I went, they bought an old microwave van from a news station and like put a big giant 2-meter antenna on it, I think, with a beam.
This took place at HRO?
Yeah, they had like little demos and stuff going on.
Is it in the parking lot or where they, house it?
I'm not saying they're doing it this year, but I think in the past they've had them in the parking lot right there.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it.
I might just go to get out of the house because I'm going to be down for a couple weeks.
Well, keep me posted. I might, meet you there.
Yeah, we got to do flows too.
I know. I want to do that.
I have plenty of off days, so coming up. Just depends on how I feel, though.
You might not be going any place for a solid week or better.
I don't know. I mean, if it was like it was last time, I didn't move out of my. I don't think I left my house for like a week. But this guy seems to think I can go back to work, a doctor seemed to think I can go back to work within a week. I'm definitely not going back to work within a week, but I'm assuming I'll be able to move around a little better. The technology seems to be a little newer now than it was 15 years or 12 years ago when I had my last one done.
Okay, so it's been 12 years, so hopefully, the technology is a little bit better.
Last time I had this surgery, when the painkillers wore off, I was in so much pain I was getting dizzy.
Yeah, doesn't sound fun at all.
No, and I was dating my now wife, but I was completely by myself too, so I didn't really, my parents were out of town or something. I think they went to Vegas or something that week I had my surgery, so I didn't really have anybody to come by.
Well, while you're healing, you can get your laptop on your bed. You can talk that way remotely.
I'm not putting anything on my lap.
Can you put it to the side of you?
If it was like it was last time, I wasn't able to twist.
Gotcha.
At least the first couple days, but like I said, we'll see how I feel. I might surprise you and be on that night after the surgery, so we'll see.
Well, don't push ahead too quickly.
No, I don't want to go through this ever again.
Just remember the COVID shot. You just had to go through the process and let your body heal.
The guy from work got it. He's getting it today. I wonder how he's feeling right now. A guy from work I know. I think he's getting his second shot today, so I wonder how he's feeling right now.
Seems like I got mine almost 3 months ago now. Or 3 months ago, actually.
I don't know about you, but I'm losing you right now.
Fade now.
Yeah, I don't know. Is he fading out to you too, Rob?
Sorry, I wasn't looking at my meter real close. I was got a text. Say something, Keith.
Yeah, Rob, you're still loud and clear, no problem there.
Yeah, you're loud and clear too, but yeah, your signal actually did go down. You're like just above an S7 now.
Anybody new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You can check us out when we go live. We go live about 2-3 days a week, depending on my schedule.
That's interesting. Yeah, you're definitely down just from what you were a few minutes ago.
So, Greg, you able to hear me at all? Or is it like pretty weak?
You're down to an S1 right now. And I think it's conditions because I heard you waving out and then you took a big drop. I sat there and watched you.
Yeah, you're kind of waving in and out also. Is that a little better?
No difference.
Sorry, I forgot to push the button. How's about that?
That's a little better. You just sound distant still. So I think the band's changing a little bit. We should have sunset here, in 28 minutes, something like that?
Your S level went way up for me.
As soon as we can, we got to get off of this frequency.
What did you do, Keith?
Turn the power on.
Oh, so you got your amp hooked up to the 9700 too?
Only right now, yeah.
Gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, it helped.
Yeah, it's like it goes from 100 to 200. I guess in these situations, it's better than nothing.
Well, you're an S9 here now.
Yeah, sunset's in about 25 minutes. I wonder if it will change anything.
I'll be right back. I'm going to see if the bozo net's still going on.
November 6 kilowatt X-ray. The only thing that sundown usually changes for me is it adds a ton of noise.
I have the opposite, and I'll be right back. This is Greg, K6EGG. I want to say good night to my daughter.
All right, sounds good. I'll be standing by. You still there, Alex?
Yeah, I'm still here in 6GG.
Yeah, you're about an S1. This frequency is no bueno.
Well, I got the same noise level on 250, so... Actually, I got no noise level here at all now.
Yeah, I don't have any noise level here either. I'm at S0. It's not even registering, but it just seems like the signal strength from everybody's lower.
2SL. I don't know. It just could be conditions.
Roger on that. Yeah, you were an S4, S5 when I talked to you earlier on 250, but now you're S1, maybe peaking at S2.
You're S6, over.
Roger, I'll take it.
Okay. All right, I got to get back. I'm working on an antenna program here, trying to get it to work on Linux. N6JJI.
All right, good luck. Have fun with that, Alex. Talk to you soon. November 6th, kilowatt X-ray.
Okay, so WA6QXA, we're back. Bozo's still going on right now.
Yeah, I was just talking to Alex. His signal strength dropped on this frequency too. He's like an S1, S2. He was an S4, S5 on 250 earlier this evening.
Yeah, you're not hitting me in the red. You're hitting me with only an S8 right now. So, yeah, I can tell the band's definitely changed.
Kind of interesting how that works. It'll be interesting when we go back to 250 if that improves anything.
But it's funny you mention that because I've noticed this frequency. In fact, Greg and I have talked about that more than once.
And like I said, we're not even that far off from where we normally are.
Yeah, what, 20 kcs? Does that sound right?
Yeah, 30. No, 20, you're right.
Yeah, it's odd.
So like you said, I wonder if we went to 210 instead of 270, if it would be better.
I think it's worth a try.
Just don't tell Fred.
You want to slide down there real quick and see what happens and come back up here?
Sure. November 6, kilowatt X-ray, QSY.
WA6QXA, QSY. Greg.
Yo, I thought everybody left me, so I went back to 250 to see if you guys are on there. We got 4 more minutes and that baby will be over.
Yeah, we actually went down to 210 just to try it out because we knew you were gone. So but as soon as we saw you get in there, we're both sliding back.
Oh, how nice of you. How did it work out?
I think it was a hair better. Rob, you out there yet? What's your opinion?
Having just spoken to you and coming back here to do another AB, it's definitely better. It really is.
So I guess, Greg, the question is, do we go to 210 in the future? Give it a shot to the 270 on Bozo nights?
Sure. I mean, people will find us with waterfalls.
You and I have always talked about 270. Seems like it's not that great.
Yeah, and Fred gets mad when I tell him he doesn't come in good for me on this frequency.
I mean, I'm noticing a good solid 1S unit difference.
That's pretty big.
Hey, how about me, Greg? Am I pretty soft again because I'm not running any extra power?
No, it seemed that it cannot talk tonight. It seemed to improve a little bit.
I'm going to go down to 250, see if they're done yet. 240.
Copy. Let us know, and we'll QSY back to 144.250.
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out this D-Star stuff.
Yeah, I think that might be my summer plan to play with. Since I'm hearing the HF bands aren't good, people have been going on D-Star so they can make the faraway contacts and kind of messing with that sort of stuff. But to me, going to the internet seems to be cheating.
It absolutely is. It absolutely is. I mean, I still think it's kind of cool, but I hesitate to use the word and say this, but it's not true ham radio to me.
I would agree 100% on that. Like I said before, I'm more antenna to antenna type guy, but it's fun to mess with. I think the repeater were on there the other night. The owner was on and was surprised a bunch of people came on. He gave me the impression that it wasn't too many people didn't pop on there.
Oh, really? On a D-Star?
Yeah, and it's a powerful repeater. It goes all the way from San Diego to just south of or just northern Ventura County, and I think almost to the Nevada state line.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, Keller Peak has a very good area of transmit. There's another 2-meter repeater out there. It's analog, and I remember people checking in like at San Pedro with a handheld.
Yeah, that's one of the best repeaters that I'm aware of in Southern California, is that Keller Peak repeater. Absolutely amazing coverage.
All right, this is Keith WA62XA. I went down there and they were just wrapping up. So yeah, if we decide to go over there in a minute or two, I'm sure it's fine.
Sounds good.
For those of you new to the stream,
8 o'clock.
don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That way you get alerted if we go on live. And the reason why I say we, it's all of us that make this happen, not me.
I don't think I've talked to Fred at all today, and I've been on the frequency off and on throughout the morning and the day.
I heard him on 520 earlier today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, this morning, probably about 7:45, 8 o'clock.
Oh, that's right. I talked to him this morning. That's right, around that same time. I think we were on sideband, though.
He's still playing on HF a lot, isn't he?
Must be in Rapping Chokes.
And watering his grounds.
So chokes are the new radials?
He's got these chokes that are as big as your wrist right now. He showed me a picture of it. He was able to wrap it. I think he said, gosh, what did he say? 16 times or something like that. This is like a big cord, too.
That's hilarious.
I'm just not having an issue with that kind of noise. I have some RF noise, which I don't think that's going to help that. But I'm not having noise from my computer or my monitor or anything like that need to do it. Otherwise, I'd choke things up.
Yeah, I was telling Greg, I just wish I could figure out what's causing my noise every time the sun sets.
You still having that issue right now?
Yeah, absolutely, like clockwork.
1 minute away.
I tried to figure that out before. I didn't think that it was, but I'm not 100% sure.
Fred's friend, Ron over there in Temecula, he's got like this light that was causing problems, and he basically discovered it. It's the one that's closest to his house. So he lives in an HRO, is that what? No, not HRO. What do you call those? You know what I'm talking about, where they have fees and stuff. And he was able to convince them to change out the bulb, and it resolved
HOA.
the problem.
Interesting. Our neighborhood, our house is about 16 years old, so I don't know if that's any kind of hint as to what kind of bulbs they use in our street lights.
He was able to convince them to use the L, whatever they are, the better ones, and it eliminated his problem with that noise.
Yeah, I definitely have to look into it if and when I get motivated to do so.
I can see it now. You're climbing up on that pole.
I've got a really nice BB gun rifle here.
Perfect.
Greg's doing some modeling for us.
I hate this light on my face.
I thought you'd be used to it by now.
Have you ever talked on ham radio with a light in your face and a camera on your face the whole time?
Nope.
I can arrange that.
Oh, yeah. I was on his station a week or two. It's probably been 2 weeks ago, right, Greg?
Yeah, I brought him in via Zoom. We had it actually was very successful. I did it on the fly. Put him in the right corner of my screen and chatted with him, and then went on the air. Just talked on ham radio like normal, like we would, and you could see him like I am right now.
Really? Well, that's kind of cool.
And we're booking people right now. We got Curtis, and we can book you anytime you're available.
Well, you know what? I've got a face for radio.
Perfect.
Definitely got the voice for it.
And the face. That's my point.
After he's like gets over his procedure where he's feeling healthy, we'll have to get you on the books.
Well, if you have a face for radio, that means you don't go on video.
Oh, I didn't take it the right way. Okay, I get you.
Well, radio DJs now, they're even though they don't have the face, they still go on the whatever streams and stuff now. So unfortunately, you're gonna have to jump on now.
They got their fame despite their face, not because of it. Howard Stern is not a good-looking man.
That is a true statement. He has an excellent voice, and he's super picky about his audio from what I hear.
Absolutely. He sounds great. His audio is fantastic.
You guys want to migrate, or should we just hang out?
Let's migrate.
WA6 QXA QSY.
K6EGG QSY 144-250 upper sideband.
November 6th, kilowatt X-ray.
Yeah, that's no fun. My problem is I'm good for about 200 miles and my leg starts to cramp. Got to get out.
I still hear Pat on Bozo net frequency.
Yeah, I heard him too. He's not bleeding over to me on here, though.
I've never heard him bleed on me.
Well, yeah, you're not as close as I am.
Give me a 5 count real quick.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think Pat's probably like 4 miles from me.
Just on the other side of the hill there?
Exactly.
Do you hear him?
I do not. I heard him when I went by the Bozo frequency, so he was talking, but I don't hear him bleeding over here.
Yeah, I went down there real quick. There's something still going on down there, but hey, it's past 8 o'clock, right?
I've actually been up at his place before. He had a Bozo net party there, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty nice of them.
Oh, they're doing testing. There's probably about 75 people, 80 people there. It's really great, awesome place. Great property, great antennas on top of his house. Very good host.
Well, I know exactly where he lives, and in fact, before we bought our house that we're in, we actually looked at homes in his very neighborhood.
So your home was new when it was when you moved in?
Yep, we are the first ones to move in. Pros and cons, I mean, we had to put our own walls up. Our backyard was nothing but dirt, so we had to put wrought iron fence all across the back. It was not cheap.
Meaning you had to drywall your own home?
No, we didn't drywall it, but we didn't have any walls on around our house.
Oh, the outside, gotcha.
So the advantage, though, is you get to kind of design things the way you want them. We had to hired a company, and they did various designs for our backyard. So it's kind of custom, so that's the advantage. But, man, the disadvantage is you're paying a lot of money. You can get more out of your money if you buy a house that somebody else has already lived in and done all that stuff.
I went on Curtis's QRZ page last night for the first time, I guess. I was blown away with all the equipment and his antenna farm he has.
Yeah, I've been on his QRZ site many times. It's very impressive. Very impressive. I don't know what I'm more impressed with, the equipment he has or the antenna farm.
Hey, Curtis, you out there, you sandbagging? WA6QXA calling. Yeah, he definitely has an impressive station.
I've got a text here I need to respond to, so I'll be standing by for a bit. November 6 kilowatt X-ray.
So, Greg, I can't remember, did you work today or not?
I did. I worked a day game today, and it was actually fairly fast. I got home before 4:45, which I was fairly surprised. So it's a nice short day. I kind of like working day games. I have the night off, and I still get paid.
So was it a 10 o'clock start time?
It started at 12:15 or 12:30. I can't remember.
Okay. You did well then.
Wasn't bad. I figured I wouldn't make plans because I thought it was going to go long. On Sunday, we had a game, a day game, and it went 4.5 hours or 4 hours. So I sometimes don't like to make plans after day games because I get hosed.
Have you ever worked any of those games that go into like 16 innings or whatever?
Yeah, a couple years ago, we worked an Angel game. They had us, that particular client, I think it was the Red Sox, they had us come in at like 10 in the morning. The game didn't end till 1:45, and we had a post-game hit. So I don't think I got home till after 2:30. And then the next day was a 6 p.m. game a little bit earlier. It went into extra innings, and it went till about 11:45. The next day we had a 1 o'clock game. That went into extra innings, and it didn't get over till after 5 o'clock. So it was I think it was like 17 hours or something of baseball in 3 days.
By the third game, you're probably ready to call in sick, right?
I don't really do much during the game, so it wasn't too big of a deal. It was just the agony of waiting. I felt bad for some guys in the production truck. I tried to cover them as much as I could, but the camera, I feel bad for the camera guys. There were all those pitches, like every single, they got to follow along every single pitch.
Yeah, that first game, wow, that's a long time.
Luckily, those are few and far between, but I think it was something similar that same year, like 2 weeks before, or 3 weeks before. We had it was opening day, and the next game, I remember not getting home till like 3 o'clock in the morning. And then we had a day game the next day, and we had to be there like 7:30 or 8.
Yeah, that's where it kills you, right?
Yeah, that's not a good feeling.
It's one thing working a really long day, but like not to get your proper rest for the next day. Whew, brutal.
During baseball playoffs, it's like that. We'll say I'll work a game in New York, and usually they're 8 p.m. Eastern starts, 3.5 hour game. So that's 11:30. By the time we get the pit truck packed, it's close to 2:30, 3 o'clock. It's a 45-minute ride back to the hotel. By the time you get to the hotel, it's after 3:30, 3 o'clock. You have a 6 a.m. flight at LaGuardia, so that's about a 40-minute trip. So by the time you take a shower and get packed, you've got to leave for the airport and straight to the next site.
Oh, man. That doesn't sound like fun at all.
It is when you cash a check.
Because you're almost on the clock the whole time, right?
Technically we should be, but we have to clock out at certain times, but we make it up. We definitely have a lot of time on the clock, that's for sure.
So the other night you said you needed to cover for your boss. So your boss actually works at the same location that you work?
I probably should have said, like, my closest thing to my supervisor, my department head, I guess you should say. He's the one in the truck actually doing the audio mixing. So during one of those, we had a 4-hour game, was it last night, or 3-hour, 3.5 hour, whatever it was. So I usually go in there and break him for like 10, 15 minutes so he can get some fresh air and go to the restroom and stuff like that.
Once things are set, do you really have to do much moving with the mixer?
No, you're busy the whole time, rolling in music and stuff like that.
Now, you don't have anything to do with commercials, right?
Sometimes they play commercials on. They call it a squeeze back.
You guys got to mix that stuff?
Yep.
Wow, crazy.
I'll give you a little demo of how it is sitting in the truck. I thought I may have sent this to you.
You sent me a picture of what the truck kind of looks like one time.
So basically, I don't know, you could probably turn it on whenever. You have to listen to a director and producer at the same time, usually coming out of different speakers, whoever else is talking on an intercom, as well as the announcers, and sometimes the announcer's talking out of another speaker called talkback, so you're hearing that. So, not to mention you're listening to your stereo speakers for program all at once.
Man, females are probably good at that job. They're good at multitasking.
We don't have that many in our business.
All right, I'm going to stand by for a minute because I want to watch this.
Yeah, watch my fingers and listen to what you're hearing. It's kind of hard to hear. You have to turn it up a little bit, but all the different stuff. Yeah, you are. This is Greg, K6EGG.
Hey, how you doing, Greg? This is Rudy. I've spoken to you before. It's been a while, but how you doing? I'm mobile right now. I'm just waiting on a Cajon Pass.
Yeah, I got you in there. You sound pretty good. What part of the Cajon Pass you at right now?
Just had to split a 15-215 merge.
Excellent. Yeah, you're not too far away from me. Probably about 15 miles. You're probably going to gain some elevation here shortly.
Yeah, Roger. I heard you guys talking. It sounds pretty fascinating here. Just wanted to say hello.
Cool deal. You're heading back to your home QTH up there?
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, just left the job site. Left the Nordic Grove. Just taking the photo there from the 91. Now I'm just throttle.
Cool deal. You're waving in and out there. I think you said you checked in on the Bozo net, and then you're on the 91, I think, when you checked in? Excellent. Yeah, they don't have too many mobile check-ins, so that's pretty good to hear.
Yeah, I try to support the Bozo whenever I can, but I can't always make it.
I didn't catch that one. Say again. Unfortunately, I'm losing you there a little bit. Try again in a minute or so, maybe when you go around a hill or something. And when you get home, don't forget to check out YouTube and put in my call letters, K6EGG. You can listen to this conversation here, too.
All right, I'm back, WA6QXA. I watched about a minute and a half of it. I'll watch the rest of it a little bit later. I don't want to watch it all at once. But pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, there's not really much enjoyable video there, but at least gives you an idea what. I don't necessarily do that job. I do sit in and fill in and help out those guys, but gives you an idea what I deal with.
So hockey must keep you on your toes, because that's a faster-paced sport.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. I think basketball is a little more, depending on how you mix it. Baseball can be too, depending on what show you're working.
Now, how long have you been doing this for professional sports?
I started on a smaller basis in 1993, and then picked it up on full-time basis in 1995.
Did you get to do it when Chick Hearn was broadcasting?
Yes, I have.
How cool is that?
Yeah, I've been fortunate to work with a lot of legends. I worked with Harry Carey, as well as Skip Carey, his son, the Atlanta Braves announcer, and I know Chip Carey very well. He's a good dude. I've worked with him probably 15, 20 years between TNT and his Fox gig, or now it's Bally Sports over in Atlanta.
I'm sure you've worked with Vince Scully too, right?
Quite a bit, actually. Very nice man.
Yeah, super classy.
Classy is a perfect word that fits this description for that gentleman.
So you probably work with Chick towards the end of his career, I take it.
To be honest with you, I probably worked with him only a handful of times. And yes, it was towards the pretty much the very end.
I mean, he was a consummate professional too, but could he be a little grumpy at times?
The second part fits his description perfectly.
Okay, I figured that.
Now, when you get older, I mean, you just want to just get through life. You don't want to deal with any other BS, so I think that's where he was at. And I think he was probably tired of traveling. He was just trying to go through the motions at that point. But, yeah, I mean, he branded the NBA to a point of how announcers are, like, Marv Albert or something like that. So a lot is owed to him from the younger generations of announcers.
And he came up with so many chickisms.
Oh, yeah. Slam Dunk, I mean, was one of them, I believe, if I'm correct.
The eggs are cooling, the jello's jiggling.
That's right.
I remember one time I did a preseason game in Vegas, and they traveled us on the team charter, and I was, I don't know, maybe 21 years old, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world.
So were you working the Forum back maybe like 92, 93 in that area, 94?
Yeah, not too much. I didn't work for that production company that did the games there, but I've been there, and I worked quite a bit towards almost like the last year I was there a little more. But yeah, that place was an interesting place to work in.
I was a season ticket holder for about 5 years right around that time.
The one thing I remember about that facility, the floor was always sticky.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So I'm sure you worked the gardens too?
The what? I'm sorry, say again? Let my relay unclick for a second.
The Boston Garden?
I don't think I would. No, I did not work in the old Boston Garden. I worked like the first year or so of the new place.
I got to go there one time. My wife's from Boston and Southie, and so I went back there one time. This is before we were actually married, I think. And I got to go to a game. It was actually a hockey game, Boston Bruin game.
It was probably cold then.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't horrible, but it was like maybe winter time, like February or something like that. But it's the first and last pro hockey game I've ever gone to. I've gone to some minor league games because Long Beach used to have a minor league team. But that was the first and last time I've ever gone to a pro hockey game.
I got a hatred for that building, and I'll tell you why here. I was doing an NBA game the years they were, or actually I was doing NBA the years they were building that bridge that's right next to that, I forget the name of it now, it's like a bank, whatever it's called. And they kind of diverted traffic and they made this, the old overpass was right where our production trucks park. And when it snowed, the trucks would kick over all the snowdrift, and it was like this black sludge that would land on you, and you couldn't get it out of your skin.
Oh, wow.
You're cold, wet, and dirty in the middle of the night.
Do you like the town in general?
My honest opinion? The only thing I like there is the sirloin tips. I'm not a big fan of the East Coast cities at all. I like New York for the restaurants, but I'm just not down with the East Coast cities too much.
Don't blame you. Do you like fish?
No, I'm allergic, in fact.
What's one of your favorite on-the-road cities to work?
So many offer different things. I probably know more that I don't like. There's more that I have more tolerance for. I like working in San Antonio. The San Antonio part working sucks, but it's a cool city. They have good food. They have the Riverwalk right there, a lot of bars. Orlando's a good city. Miami's a good city. It sucks to work in, but it's, there's a lot of nightlife. I would say I don't want to go backtrack on what I said, but New York, because I can hit some restaurants up. A lot of cities I don't like, and I've been to a lot. Philly, Detroit, Cleveland are my top cities I don't like going to.
Have you worked in the newer, I should say, Dallas Stadium?
The football venue? Yeah, I did a Final Four there 6 years ago.
Was that pleasurable, or what was it like?
It's an awesome facility. It is a lot of walking. It's for our use and the television use. It's not very user friendly like the new ballpark over in Inglewood. That place is really nice, but I can't believe how big that place is in Dallas. It's humongous.
Did Rob ever make it back?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. I've been talking with Greg, just trying to pass time because I knew you were gone. But go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just listening. I'm enjoying listening to Greg. That's quite an impressive resume you got there.
I'm always picking his brain on his job. Because it's very intriguing to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And knowing that he worked with Chick Hearn and all that good stuff, oh man. My favorite saying was the one that I mentioned earlier, when he would put the game in the refrigerator, the lights are out, the eggs are cooling, the jello's jiggling, and the butter's getting hard.
That's how it went. Awesome. You remember that?
Oh man, I was such a huge Lakers fan and huge Chick Hearn fan, and oh my gosh, those were great times. Going way back, I had a friend that had one of those huge satellite dishes. I don't know if you remember those, but basically in the early days of people getting satellite, and you would literally be watching the feed that would be going out of the stadium. So you didn't even have commercials, but when they went to commercial, you would be there and you'd still be able to see and hear whatever was going on in the studio. So I got to hear Chick Hearn talking basically off the cuff when he thought he wasn't on the air, and man, that was pretty interesting. That guy's got some colorful language.
So Greg kind of alluded to that too. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I remember those things. They're like 7-8 feet wide.
Yeah, exactly. That thing was huge, man. He had it in his backyard. It seemed like it took up half his yard.
So how did that work? Did you have to pay for a subscription for that?
No. That was the cool thing back then. You just got the dish and you were good to go.
That's pretty cool.
I got a funny story about those dishes.
Go.
So I was in Miami, and I was doing a game for an NBA network, and we call those backhauls. That's a backhaul back to the studio or master control. Oh, my foot started slipping off the switch here. So I was in Miami after the game. We're in the locker room, and we're off the air, but we're sending back interviews. And I had what this thing called a IFB in my ear talking to the truck. And I was talking to the A1 in the truck, I don't know, 15 minutes while we were waiting, just having a nonchalant conversation about flights getting out of Miami, blah, 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 what I was going to do when I got home and I had to go to work the next day, such and such. So we did the interviews. I started packing up the production truck, and I get a phone call from a guy I hadn't talked to in, I don't know, a year. He's like, yeah, how do you like in Miami? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, huh? How do you know about that? He was sitting in the control room back in Glendale, where he worked at KBC, and he was taking in the interviews to put on the air because I think they were playing the Lakers or Clippers. And he's like, yeah, I was sitting there listening to your conversation for like 10 or 15 minutes. I'm like, so no more of that.
Was it making it on the air, or he just was able to hear it off the air?
He was taking down the same feed that Rob was talking about. It's called a backhaul. So when we're doing a game somewhere, they have a signal that goes up to a satellite from the place and back down to wherever the TV station's at. And then they insert commercials and then send it to the cable company. So I wasn't on the air, but I was on the satellite back to the studio.
Oh, I hear you. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And yeah, that's exactly what I was hearing with Chick Hearn.
That doesn't happen anymore.
Nope.
We have protection. We have 2 layers of protection. One of them is encrypted. And if the people that are encrypted got the encryption key or we're trying to record anything, we have something called a bird beater, which turns down the microphones for the announcers.
Also delay, right?
No delay. Nope, we're live.
Wow, I didn't know that. I thought there might be like a 20-second or 13-second delay.
100% live.
Well, are you talking about like NBA games? Those aren't live, are they?
Yeah, they're live.
No, because how do they... I hear them beep out bad words all the time on those NBA games.
Usually it's like the All-Star games and stuff. They'll have some sort of mechanism that will kill the audio for that.
No, I'm talking regular NBA games. When they get down there on the court and those players start cussing or whatever, they just bleep those out. You don't hear a beep, they just mute the audio, and the audio goes completely blank. It happens all the time.
Usually it's somebody bringing down the mic so you don't hear it.
Well, exactly, but how do they bring it down if it's live when it's a cuss word?
Usually if you start to hear them talk, it's, I wouldn't say common sense, but it would make sense to bring down those microphones because they're usually not very they're a little too colorful for broadcast TV.
Interesting. I always thought there was a delay so that they could mute that stuff out.
I think, like I said, some of the bigger events that are on networks, like the All-Star games and maybe a big playoff game, they'll bleep it that's on ABC just because they're worried about an F word getting on the air. But your normal games going on the air, no, they're not delayed at all.
You mean they don't like Fred?
They don't like the F word or the G word.
Fred starts with an F.
They're going to beep you out.
K6OS.
Got a sandbagger.
How's it going, Fred?
I've been around. Is Ron been out here tonight?
There he is. Go ahead.
Rob in Riverside, November 6th, kilowatt X-ray.
Hey, how's it going down here?
It's hanging. You're a good S9 tonight. Sounding good.
How's your Jeep doing?
Oh, it's doing good. I just had to cancel. I was going to go Jeeping this weekend on Father's Day, but my girls don't want to go with me because it's too hot, and my Jeep AC sucks in the back seat, so I canceled.
Well, I put a big fan back there.
Yeah, you convinced them of that.
Have you been working on your antenna system on a Jeep more or no?
That's a big negative.
Well.
Anyway, guys, I've been out here a couple hours, so I'm going to call it an evening, but it was good catching up with you guys and talking to you. I'll definitely try to get out here more often. It was fun tonight, so I appreciate it. Talk to you guys soon. 7-3, November 6th, kilowatt X-ray.
73. Hey, Keith.
73.
Hey, Keith.
One second. Let Greg say goodbye.
73 is Rob, K6EGG.
Keith, did you send Greg a picture of my choke?
No, but I can. Greg, I'll send you a picture of his choke.
It doesn't have a chicken around it, does it?
No, I got a chicken in it. You've seen chokes before, haven't you, Greg?
Yes, sir, I have.
Send him a picture of that big choke and my little choke there, Keith. Anyway, you ever wrap any chokes?
I have a choke wrapped on my power cables for my power supply.
I just choked the other day and I put 25 turns through it.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're new to watching.
No comment?
I was talking to the stream. Sorry, say again?
I got a choke and I put 25 turns through it.
That's not a choke. That's an ankle bracelet.
Oh, you see it?
Yeah.
That's 7 feet of wire.
Did it make a difference? On your HF? Yeah, see, that's actually a wrist, what's it called?
Ankle bracelet?
Bracelet, yes.
You see the big one and the little one?
Yeah.
That's what you got. You only did about 8 or 9 turns through that thing.
Nope, I did about 3.
You cut off the plug.
I'm not going to cut off the plug.
The plug's off. Anyway, that big one, I got 25 turns. That's 7 feet of wire through there, that number 12-gauge wire.
I saw a guy on YouTube do that. I think it was a choke about that size, and he did a demonstration. I think he had a 7300 Icom, and he did a demonstration on the noise on the different bands, and then he came back and did it after he did he put the choke on, and it made a world of difference. Oh my goodness! And it was just his power cable going to his power supply.
I got one of those on my stereo system. What a difference!
So great. Do you guys choke much your stuff at work?
Never, actually, and I'm thinking about experimenting around with it because I have an EMI problem on one of the shows I work in right now. So I'm thinking about bringing a couple of those chokes with me to work and see if they make a difference.
That'd be crazy if the ham operator technology rubs off on your job, huh?
Yep. Ham operators.
It already has because I have to deal with RF microphones all the time. So, well, not all the time. I used to, at least. I was giving somebody a demonstration how big of a difference moving the antenna, like 3 or 4 inches, made, and they were pretty impressed.
See, you learned that from me and Ron moving the antennas around, huh?
I don't think I can give you credit on that, on me learning, but I've been doing that for a few years. But it definitely, moving an antenna with that small of a bandwidth microphone makes a huge difference.
Yeah, remember, Keith, me and Ron were doing that?
Yep. What frequencies do you guys do your things on?
500 band, a lot of it now. Was there somebody else in there? K6EGG, go ahead. N6 RMS, yeah, are you up the hill now? Excellent, I kind of hear you. You know what, let me turn my preamp on and see if I get you in a little better. Try it again. Copy that from your driveway. If you have a bass, feel free to jump on it. I don't think the guys in Long Beach and Cerritos can hear you, but thanks for coming back. Greg, K6EGG. Copy that. Have a good evening, man. Go ahead, guys. Sorry. That was N6 RMS. He's up in I think I want to say Hesperia.
Oh, that's Pedro?
Rudy. Yeah, I remember he came on a couple months ago. He's like works down in Orange County sometimes. He was driving up the hill.
I couldn't hear him that time, but I've talked to Rudy before a few times. He usually has a pretty strong station, and I think I've talked to him at home. He's got a strong station at his house.
Yeah, he was mobile tonight. He said he didn't have his antenna or something hooked up. It's kind of hard to hear.
I just found out, Keith, you know Power Twerks is, they're over in Yuma, Linda.
That's where headquarters is?
Well, yeah, it gives directions to them.
Huh, okay.
I feel like driving down to them. I like to see all their stuff.
Why, do they have a storefront?
I don't know. It seems like, why would they give me their address and everything?
Hey, Fred, who are you talking to this morning about the electronics place in San Pedro?
Oh, that was, he lives in San Pedro. That's RVR. I forget his first part. It was called IVR. Yeah, there's a Neptune's over there. That place has been there since the 60s. I've been there before. They got a lot of old gear. I guess they work on a lot of ship radios and stuff, and I'm just looking for somebody that works on mics to do real detailed mic connection work.
I also heard a K6EGG also. I was driving over the overpass at the 5760. We had a bunch of elevation. I had about 5 people call me back.
Were you talking to David out there in San Pedro, Fred?
Yeah.
I talked to him just last night. He happened to be, when I was driving home from the studio. You went AWOL on me when I was driving home from the studio, but he was on there, so we got to talk. I heard him all the way from Costa Mesa.
You were in Costa Mesa last night?
Well, no, I was actually in Santa Ana, but driving home from the 55 Dyer area. So I was going up the 405 back home.
Yeah, I'm going to check this place out tomorrow.
You have to let me know how it goes.
Yeah, I'm tired of going HRO and they don't have this and they don't have that, you know.
Order it online.
I'm not that guy. I always like to look at the product.
Hi, Fred.
Well, who's that?
This is your friend, the voice of Apple Valley, AJ60.
Oh, Curtis out there in Apple Valley. Yeah, Ward's thinking about getting that EQ board you got there, the same one. He's thinking about getting one.
Yeah, I think he already bought one, and he bought the other one, too, that goes with it, called EQ Plus.
Boy, he's going to get ahead of you, huh?
Yeah. How is my audio? Right now, I was sitting here in my station. I was looking at a microphone that I think I used it a couple of days, several months ago. Sennheiser E835, and I was sitting there thinking, I wonder how much power this microphone puts out compared to the RE320, and I found it online. It puts out the exact same amount of voltage, which is like 2.5 millivolts. So I was thinking, okay, I'm just going to plug it right into my equalizer. I'm not going to adjust the preamp in and the preamp out, and just to see if it works. If it does, I know the RE microphone that I just bought, which I do not have it yet. If it works on this, it'll definitely work on that. Over.
Oh, real good. I just turned my mic gain up. I had my mic gain way down. Is that a difference for you?
Oh, you're sounding good, Fred. No problem.
Yeah, but my mic gain was on a 10 for D-Star. Now I'm put it up for sideband.
Okay, yeah, I can tell it's definitely got more gain than what it was, but even at 10, you deviate or you modulate the microphone pretty good.
Oh, anyway, you know what I'm going to do tomorrow?
What?
I got D-Star in my backpack.
Well, all right. right then. Hey, maybe I'll be listening for you. Where you going to be, on the simplex frequency or repeater?
I don't know yet. I don't got it. I figured I was supposed to get it today, but it didn't make it, so I'll pick it up tomorrow. So it'll be tomorrow afternoon.
Cool beans. Sounds like everybody's buying new toys. I know Ward emailed me and wanted to know, asking some questions about this 8-band audio equalizer I have, and I told him, the type of settings that I set when I run it, and he had mentioned, well, I just bought one. Not only that one, but the EQ Plus. So he's getting some new toys too.
Well, when it's hot, everybody's got a trot.
Comment?
Oh, comment.
Hey, Curtis, I just want to let you know, you sound a little more punchier with this microphone, I believe, and a little bit clearer. So I like the way it sounds.
Well, I guess I could have saved myself about $300 if I used this one instead of the one I just bought. But oh well, you can't have too many microphones. I don't even have this one. I can turn the gain up even more, but I'd have to turn it over and get a screwdriver and blah blah blah. And so it sounds like I'm seeing my compression is going up maybe 5%, maybe once in a while up to 10. So I know that this microphone puts out the same voltage as the Electro Voice, but Electro Voice looks cooler.
I can't wait till you get it. I'm wondering how you sound, and it'd probably be a pretty good idea of how I sound to you. So I'm patiently waiting, but I definitely noticed a difference in sound as soon as you popped on tonight.
Well, all right, yeah. It's even the frequency response of this microphone is very similar to the RE320. I always did like this one because it seems to have a little bit more presence without you even having to EQ anything. But of course, I've had this microphone for many years, and they still make it, and it's still like $99. It's a fantastic microphone.
What's the model number on that again?
It is an E835. E835.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I think you can get it with a switch on them, too, an on-off switch.
Yeah, I think you can. The equalizer I have has a plug in the back so that you can make your own push-to-talk. So I have a little plastic box with a micro single-throw switch, and it's just plugged into an RC jack on the back of my EQ, and that's how I am keying the transmitter. So I flip it, and I don't have to hold it on, and then when I'm done, I just flip it down. So, and if I have my other microphone plugged in to hit the Icom, I can either push the talk or I can flip this little switch, and it will do it too. It's pretty cool. Anyway, Fred, I will be listening. So, did you say what frequency you're going to be monitoring on D-Star?
Not yet. So, I'll tell you Friday or Saturday. Let me get it set up. I got to hook it all together and program it. So, I'm rushing things a little bit. So, tomorrow, what's today? Wednesday, Thursday. Let's say Friday. Friday, I'll be ready. KS6 West.
Okay, well, I'm always monitoring this one or 5-2. Usually 5-2 in the morning because I know you like to wake Southern California up when you get up, and then later in the day I flip over to this one. So anyway, ham radio is fun. I like D-Star. Is it cheating? Yes. Do I use it? Yes.
Yeah, I was just looking at that Sennheiser 835S or 835 on Sweetwater. Dash S is the one with switches, the same price.
Yeah, it's been around for decades, this microphone. It's kind of like the RE20. I think it came out in 1968, and they haven't changed any of the parts. It's still exactly the same microphone it did, whatever it is, like 50 years ago.
The only thing different about them is the price, right?
Yeah, I think at one time they started out around about $300. Now they're, what, about $500? And I think you can find them on special for about $450.
Keith, are you working on your mobile bicycle yet?
No, I was doing some other things today, some projects around the house, so I didn't get it. I haven't had a chance. Next week I'll probably have some time to get to start working on it.
Okay, I got your mount over here.
All right, cool. Yeah, it's just really my third day off from for summer, and I'm just trying to do some things that's been on the to-do list to kind of get ahead of the game.
Probably the first thing was to rest from work. That was the first due list, huh?
Yeah, I'm still trying to decompress a little bit, but it looks like tomorrow I'm going to be giving up the van.
Oh, somebody bought it?
I have a buyer in line if everything goes through.
Oh, online?
No.
Okay. What are you going to replace with? Anything yet or no?
Not right away. It was always like our third vehicle. When I bought, what happened was my wife's car, and when I bought her a new vehicle a few years ago, and so it's just been a third car. That's why I'm kind of getting rid of it.
Yeah, but you found out it talks good ham radio on that thing.
Yeah, it does much better than the car, that's for sure. So, I mean, if I get rid of my car, I'll get something that, and I'll keep that in mind. Hey, Chris, I have a question for you. You had the Sonata, I think you told me you have a Sonata, the 217.
Yeah.
Is it the hybrid?
No. It's the limited version.
Okay, because I remember you telling me I have 1 year older. I have a 2016. And I remember you telling me about the gas mileage you're getting, which is way better than mine. So I was wondering if it was the hybrid.
It's rated for 38 miles per gallon on the freeway. If I fill up and get right on the freeway and just drive, I can get 41 miles per gallon. But as soon as I get off the freeway and start doing the city streets, then it, of course, it goes down.
Okay, yeah. I probably get like the mid, like 36-ish on the highway. But I don't really drive 55 or 65 either.
Well, 36 is really good. I mean, I have a Kia Forte. It's a little four-banger, and I thought when I bought it, this thing's going to get 25 miles a gallon at least. And I checked it several times, and I barely even get 19 miles a gallon. I don't understand that.
Yeah, well, when I'm getting 35, 36, that's like taking a trip, where you're just going on the freeway the whole time.
AJ6, so yeah, my son just bought the 2021, and it is really, really nice. It has an auto drive feature. You put that on, and it'll stay between the white lines on the freeway or off the freeway, and even when it goes around corners, you don't even have to hold the steering wheel. It'll go around the corner too, being exactly right in the center of your lane. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's cool.
I want that feature.
Did I hear Alex out there?
Si, senor.
What you doing, Alex?
Well, I was going to tell Curtis that it's horsepower per pound. And just because the car is small and you think you're going to get 26 miles per gallon, it depends on how much weight you got in there. You better stop eating there, Curtis, sorry.
Well, that's what happens when you retire. You blossom out. You know what? I don't even weigh myself on the scale because I don't even want to know. The only indicator I have, of course, most of the clothes I wear, they're like running clothes, stretchy, one size fits all. I know I'm probably more heavier than I should be, but I'm happy.
Well, anyway, so yeah, it could be you need an adjustment or something, but is that a little four-cylinder car, over?
Yeah, it's, what is it, 2010 Kia Forte.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing is horsepower per pound, and like I said, you know, I don't know. Sometimes these things are not as efficient as everybody thinks. And my Suburban on the highway gets 18 and about 14 around town. Owen?
Yeah, well, that was really, really cool back in the day when gas was like 25 cents a gallon. I mean, everybody had a muscle car back then.
Well, I gotta haul my big tail around, so it's I need the horsepower, M6JJI.
Yeah, my youngest son, he just bought a Mercedes G-Wagon, which has I think it's a 12-cylinder. It sounds like a Ferrari when you start up. It's an SUV, and it gets like 12 miles per gallon.
Well, my Harley Davidson is just a Sportster. It's a 1200R racing bike. That thing gets 48 to 50 miles per gallon, huh?
Yeah, the motorcycles get good gas mileage. That's for sure. That's pretty cool. Hey, Fred, how many miles per gallon do you get on your hog?
On my hog?
Yes, sir.
Oh, God, I used to know that real good. If I just ease it, play around, 42. I get on a little harder, then the mileage drops down to about 30.
And so how many gallons fit in your tank?
I only got a 5-gallon tank. All the newer Harleys got a 6-gallon tank. But those Sportsters like Alex got, I don't know how Alex got, but I know a friend of his, Pedro, had one, and one time we clocked that thing was getting 63 miles a gallon.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's really good. I like to watch Jay Leno. He has his own YouTube channel. He's got probably more cars and motorcycles than I've ever seen. He's got some really old ones, like in the 1915s or 1920s. And then he's got a couple jet engine motorcycles. And probably every brand of motorcycle you can ever think of, and that in cars too. This guy, I don't know, he's got millions and millions of dollars in vehicles, and he loves it. And hey, he knows all about them too. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, I know. When he's riding a jet motorcycle, a lot of people get real close to him, especially those Mustangs with the plastic bumpers, and he tells everybody, "Stay well, melt your bumper." Yep, it's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to take a standby and listen for a little bit. Nice hearing you out there, Fred and Alex, N6JJI. I think it's N6 or is it W6? Can't remember. And hey, what a surprise it was to hear Rob on, huh? N6KX. I was wondering what happened to him. He's still sounding good. By the way, all you guys, I don't hear you very good on my beam antenna, but my vertical seems to be doing pretty good. So I'm going to take a standby and listen for a little bit there, friends. AJ60.
evening myself. So it's great talking to everybody out there. Enjoy the rest of your night. This will be WA6QXA saying so long.
73. K6EGG.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna jump out of it too. I think my sister-in-law bought a bunch of chili dogs this morning from their Wiener Schnitzel. She came down to visit her dad, who me and my wife take care of, and I think there's a few more left in the refrigerator. I'm gonna get me one of them and maybe a tall glass of milk and go in my room and find some kind of reviews on TV. I've been watching pretty much all the reviews that's ever been made about the Electro Voice RE320, and I think I've seen more than once, but I'm going to see if I can find some more. So I'll talk to all you guys later. N6JJI, WA6QXA, KN6OS, K6EGG, EJ60 going that way. Good night, Fred.
And good night, everybody. N6OS.
What, did I kill a band?
You killed it.
It did.
Always count on Alex coming back. Sorry, I have to keep getting up. I'm in a lot of pain right now, so I have to keep getting up and walking around, loosening my muscles up a little bit.
Well, when's this operation happening?
Monday morning, bright and early.
Good luck with that.
And originally I was supposed to get out of surgery center, but they said because they saw something in my chart, or not my chart, but my CT scan or whatever it was, they're like, we want to do this in a hospital. So I was supposed to be out 20 minutes, now I'm going to be out like an hour or hour and a half.
N6JJI, I tell you what, that scan I went to the other day, I think it was Monday, Tuesday, I don't know. Anyway, they think they found a little tiny stone, and that's what's causing the problem, over.
Are they going to be able to do something with that?
What they do now is they go up the front of you, and they got a bladder stone out as big as my thumb. And I don't know if it's in the bladder or if it's in the kidney or what, but they hit it with a laser and dissolve it and blow it apart, over.
I've heard of them doing something from the outside and like it rattles it or something, like a radio wave or something.
Yeah, that's for kidney stones, but if it's in the bladder, that's a different procedure. They use the laser.
And they go up?
Well, what they do is they hit it with a laser, and then, you smell like a burnt pig for the next 3 weeks after the operation.
Are you awake during that?
No, they put you out.
Do you know how long you're going to be out for?
I don't know, I guess it's a couple hours or an hour from wherever it takes for the medication to wear off. But I don't know if they're going to do anything, so they might let it go long like they did the last time until it gets big enough to really hit the target. Because it's too small for the laser, and they got to fish around for it, it might be a little difficult, over.
Copy that. Well, good luck. Do you know when you're going to get it done?
They're going to do it, so I got to go next Wednesday and see them.
Both of us will be out of it there for a little bit.
I just got over the teeth extraction, teeth and all over.
What, do you have some teeth taken out?
Calcified, big molars in the back. One was growing, it was impacted. One was growing out to the front of my jaw, and it was smashing against the other one, and it's been in there for years.
And as much as I complain about like abdominal pain, like I'm having, the teeth pain is like the worst because you cannot get away from it.
You suffer from arthritis. It's like having toothaches in your ankles and your joints. It's really painful, Owen.
Yeah, I feel for people for that, man. That sucks.
Yeah. No fun getting old.
That's what I'm finding out. I'm only 45. I'm starting to fall apart.
Well, that's when I started falling apart, about 45. Now I'm 70, and I'm still falling apart.
You know, that's like rebuilding a car. You got to know where your parts are coming from. Some parts are better than others. Do you get a Japan part or a Japanese part or Mexico part?
Well, talking about that, a caregiver went up and just quit on us.
How come?
I have no idea. She said that her husband was going to Colorado and all of that. So I don't know what the story is.
What's that got to do with her working?
She had to stay home with the kids. She can't come out, and as I said, is she ever going to come back? She broke all those big mixing machines that you put and you make flour in and bread and all that. Well, my mother had one up on the top shelf, and she dropped that thing, and it broke right in half.
Oh, boy, an old-timer?
She's broken quite a few things around the house. She says, it's customary to pay for things to break things. I said, you break anything else in this house, and you take it out of your chest. She's coming back.
That's why she quit.
I've got money.
She couldn't afford you no more.
She tried to try and sell me some kind of marijuana coming from some dispensary. And, it's an ointment of marijuana for pain and all of that. And I told her 3 times, no, I'm not into this. She didn't like that either.
Sound like she don't like a lot of things, K6EGG.
She didn't like me in the end.
And she quit me when you told her you got to pay for things. She quit. Says, I can't afford you guys no more.
Yeah, right.
I'm not allowed to break things and have fun here.
Yeah, whatever. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to call those people who suggested to do some of this stuff over here, the free ones.
Yeah.
They still coming to help you?
Who? No, only when we need them. Did you call them?
No, I said I'm thinking about it. I've got to find the number again.
Oh, my wife's got it. I got to get it for you again. Now, they did a whole bunch of free things around here, yeah.
Well, maybe they have a young lady that can help my mother shower. That's all I need.
I don't know. You have to ask them.
Roger. Well, we'll see. I'll keep looking for the number, and if I don't find it, I'll get it again with you.
Okay. I'm gonna put D-Star on the Harley.
Well, I had D-Star on the Harley.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, the radio that was on there was a D-Star radio. I don't care.
I know you don't care.
I don't care for it. I'm not going to do it. I'd rather have sideband. I thought you knew that.
I knew that. But we never operate a D-Star on the Harleys. You either hear or you don't. That's what I like about it. It's clear or you don't need no static. It's clean or not at all.
Okay, well, it was on there. Over.
Which D-Star do you have?
Well, the HRO D-Star, that was the access. What do you mean? Which one did I have?
Yeah, what radio?
Oh, 2200H. That was the radio you saw on the stilts on the handlebar.
22H?
He said, yeah, that's right. IC-2200H. That's 65-watt radio.
And that was D-Star.
I'll One more time. Yes, Rich.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just curious. Jeez. Don't get upset.
I'm losing my patience with everyone.
Well, I want to look it up. IC-22H. Okay.
2200, 220.
I know.
Oh, I got it. Just ask for volunteers. I got it here. I'll find it.
Did Keith go to bed?
Yeah, you know the school teachers, they can't handle it.
Usually he makes it past 9 o'clock, though.
Yeah, they go to bed early and they get up late.
I know Curtis is out there sandbagging. He's a night owl.
Yeah, I worked Japan last night at midnight.
What, on 20 meters?
I felt sorry for this guy. He called CQ for 15, 20 minutes. Nobody answered him. So I grabbed the mic and talked to him. Yeah, that thing puts out 65 watts.
Which radio was it?
22H. It's an older radio.
You found it, huh?
Yeah, but it don't say nothing about D-Star.
Oh.
It's got DTMF. Maybe you got that mixed up.
Oh.
Don't say anything about D-Star, but it says 65 watts of power.
Okay, you want me to send it to you?
Yeah!
Why? How come I give you something and you think it was a time again?
I'm looking it up, Alex. You don't show up on my computer. Don't send it me then. God, Becker.
I just started doing all the damn work. Come on, don't you guys just don't do nothing.
We can't do that without you.
Well, maybe you can fire me.
Now we just rehire you back.
Okay. I sent it to you.
Okay.
And I had the UT-118 board. I installed it myself.
Okay, you still have that radio?
Have two of them, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you want to buy it?
No.
$1,000.
1,000 what, for two of them?
Yeah.
Why do I want that radio for?
It's on the motorcycle. Military check.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now did you see the thing I just sent you?
I didn't look at them. I just don't slap everything down when you send email right away. Give me a break.
I did when I first met you.
Well, you gave me a break? Oh, boy. Okay.
Okay, now let's see your safety. So that we had the first time we tried it was at your house.
Okay.
You don't remember that?
Oh, no. I got some timers.
Well, we had it in the table in your dining room.
Yeah.
To the south of your kitchen, just on the outside with a big table with nothing in the bed.
Okay.
And then we put on there, it said 2208. It says the two-star board and all of that.
Okay.
Find it?
I'm on a website right now. I want to get out here. It says don't leave this website. It's telling me not to leave.
Well, then mark it.
Okay, hold on. K6 West.
Bookmark it.
K6EGG for ID.
K6EGG, this is K6KYV.
Hey Anthony, how you doing tonight? This is Greg, K6EGG.
I'm doing good, how are you?
Good, I'm just about ready to wrap things up, but I was just about ready to turn off the radio, so it's nice to hear you.
It's nice to hear you too. Your live streaming pretty late.
Say that again, the last part?
You're live streaming pretty late.
I am. I don't have to work the next couple days or so.
Okay, that's pretty good. You feel happy about that?
Sort of. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having a nice morning off.
That's good. So, is there anybody talking to you?
No, that's actually why I was going to sign off. I was going to jump in the bed because I'm going to say goodnight to my wife. She's leaving tomorrow.
Okay, did you hear Keith today?
Yeah, Keith was out there. Fred and Alex may still be out here.
Do you live stream every day now?
Only on days that I'm off.
Okay. Greg, I have to go, so you want to say goodnight?
Have a good night, Anthony, and say good night to Tony for me. I think I talked your dad for me. I think I talked to him this morning briefly.
Oh, thank you. 73 K6KYV.
K6EGG.
Hello, everybody. I think I'm going to call the night here. It's Greg, K6EGG from the beautiful city of Chino. I'll hopefully be back on tomorrow night. Probably not as late. I got to take my wife to the airport. So I'll probably get out of here probably 7:30ish tomorrow night. Maybe I might leave it on when I'm gone, dropping her off. Just dropping her off at Ontario Airport. Not too far away. So have a good night. Hope to talk to you tomorrow or definitely on Friday. See ya.